Welcome in, legends. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. I'm going to be hitting you guys with a couple of tips and tricks that I've picked up along the way. I wish I knew these things when I first started streaming, but I'm here today to try and help you eliminate excessive CPU usage in OBS and Streamlabs. So let's get into it. The main focus of this video, folks, is going to be asset consolidation down into a single browser source. So instead of us running animated logos and everything else from the computer directly, we're going to be using a couple of different websites mixed together in order to achieve the goal that we're looking for. Starting off with Streamlabs, this is going to be where you are going to upload all your overlays, animated overlays, everything basically that is not going to require any browser source activity, right? So starting off from the very top, I have already set my canvas size to 1080p. Depending on whatever your canvas size is obviously then going to be the size of your overlay. Now, once you have uploaded and created your overlay, obviously go ahead, add in everything else that you're going to need to do. What I will do is I'm going to fast forward this section. It's pretty self-explanatory, although if you would like a video explaining a little bit more on how to use this website, do let us know down in the comments. Alright folks, once you have gone ahead and created the scene inside Streamelements, what you are going to then do is copy this particular scene, and we are now going to take this as a browser source into another website called player.me. Right? Once you are in here, go ahead, create your overlay. We are then going to, depending on where it is, if you are going to be creating an in-game overlay, go ahead, select it, create your own one, whichever one you would like to do. Have a quick look at what they do have there. They do offer a wide variety of overlays already for you, but essentially what we are doing in this particular video is we are going to focus on building your own overlay from scratch. So what we will do here is we are going to go into an editor mode, and let's just call this a test mode right here. If I could spell, let's hit create. And once you are in this particular section, go ahead, add in your browser source. Once you do that, we are going to go ahead and paste your Streamelements overlay here. Once you have completed the build of your scene in player.me, you are going to go ahead, you are going to save this. Click on launch and copy the URL. Now this URL we are now going to paste into OBS, basically to go ahead and do the final build of our scene. Once you get your URL copied from player.me, what you are going to do is then essentially jump into OBS or Streamlabs, click the plus button, add in a browser source. So let's call this particular browser source test, just so that we have an idea of what it is. Once you have gotten this particular URL, you are going to then paste it in here and add this into your scene as a 1920 by 1080 overlay, and make sure that, now this is very important folks, if the scene is not active, the particular browser source is also then going to be shut down at the same time. So what we're going to do is we are going to click shut down source when not visible. This is very important folks. It is going to eliminate a lot of excessive CPU usage in the background, which then is going to aid in having your system run a lot smoother essentially, right? So we go ahead, we add all of this in, we click OK, and basically what will happen is we have a whole overlay. Folks, that is all we have for today's video. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. If you have found any of this information useful, please consider dropping a like and a subscribe. If you would like us to cover any further topics, consider dropping a comment. We will definitely be adding more to the series later on as we go through it. Until then, folks, stay amazing, stay legendary, and I love you all. Have a good one.